Hey, this is Zoe Williams of the Voice of Reason and Zoe What Morning shows here at Dash Radio. Listen, everybody on YouTube, you guys have been a tremendous support for my shows, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in every week and, participating. But I'm serious than a mug. We need your help on the GoFundMe campaign. We really want to do the VOR radio network, and I'm asking you personally, each and every one of you, we're over nearly 24,000 strong here on the channel. We need you to support by donating. Just click that little button down there and it'll take you directly to the GoFundMe campaign. It's gofundme.com/Zoe Williams. Anything you can do is greatly appreciated. It continues our movement. It continues our forward progress. And I appreciate you all who have already donated. If you can do it again, I thank you so much. Thanks again. Zoe What? I'm out.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Oh yeah, there go my record. You know I love this music. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday. You already know the second installment of The Voice of Reason on Dash Talk Radio. For all the people who've been down for the longest, you already know Dash Talk used to be Hot Button. And for all the new people just getting involved, just participating, this is Dash Talk Radio on dashradio.com. I'm the voice of reason sometimes. Other times, not so much. But what I always do is produce high-end content, conversation, right? For us to kind of grapple with, deal with, unpack, unravel. We got an amazing topic with some amazing sisters. I don't know if y'all can see them clearly because I'm experimenting with my camera angles. If I have to fix it, I will, but I can see them. I mean, sisters of all hue and, oh, Jesus, professionals, models, DJs, engineers, all types of shit. Sisters is out here doing it. We got an amazing show, but let me just do this. You already know how I get down. Before I get into the topic, I got to promote a couple of things. Frank, I'm going to need you to pull up that pre-order website for The Holographic Relationship. This book is needed more than ever. And if you love my first book, The Relationship Dismount, how to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship, you're going to love the follow-up to the 2015 release, The Holographic Relationship, a deeper look at the connection between consciousness, God, and intimacy. A lot of people are talking about how they're not religious, they're spiritual. Well, this book is really about to slap you in the mouth with it. Very heavy, heavy, heavy book. And I think we need it more than ever because today's topic is indicative of some of the problems that are plaguing the black community, black relationship, black love. Somebody called it black-trimony, black marriage, all that. So it's time for us to deal with it. Let me get this out, though. Let me see what else I got in here. I want you guys to go to my website, IamZoeWilliams.com, and look at the community empowerment segment. Like, you click that tab, you're going to see all types of black-owned businesses that I promote on my website for free. Businesses, I mean, all types of clothing lines, web designers, all types of stuff. I want you guys to go support them. Recycle black dollars. Now, that's out of the way. Oh, Jesus. Let's introduce the ladies. On your far end, you got Quiet Smurf.
I'm not quiet.
Breaking into radio as the quietest radio personality on planet Earth. That's her shtick. Tell them your name and where you're from, baby girl.
I'm not quiet. My name is Joelle. I'm from Maryland, PG County, not Baltimore. Please don't get it confused.
Okay, cool. Just because you're attitudinal doesn't mean you're loud. But okay, cool. Quiet.
Whatever. You want me to yell in the mic?
Yeah, get at me then.
All right.
All right, quiet. Okay, cool. And next to her is the homegirl. Everybody loves her. They really vibing. People talking about her smile. She really fit on this show, so you need to.
It's true. I appreciate y'all for that.
You need to make her an honest woman on your show.
What?
That's what they saying.
I was like, what does that even mean?
That's what they saying. Tell them who you are and what you do and where you're from.
I'm going to tell you the new name so y'all can get like really affiliated with it because it's going to change soon. So you're going to go by Tiffany Ram and you can find me at Tiff Talk TV, TIFF TALK TV. And basically, I'm just, mental health, career, professional, life coach extraordinaire. I just like to motivate you to be the best you can be.
Even though you fall.
Oh, that's how I live. So I live transparently so I can be empathetic with your experience. So I am not perfect.
So many people think because you're in that field that you're supposed to be flawless and perfect and all that.
I mean, just because my shirt's... No, I'm just kidding. Right. Doesn't mean it's true. So yeah, I'm definitely transparent. I fall often, which is why I feel like I have the tools and skills to teach you how to get back up as well.
And do coaches need coaches?
Oh, absolutely. I
have
wow. Many.
Yeah. I just, because the media has a way of just really skewing the mindset of so many people. And then you got media porn stars out there who know how to fuck the media and the minds of the people who consume it.
Yes.
And just really, fuck them to death. Because one of the elements of logic is if you say some shit enough, over and over and over again, whether it's true or not, motherfuckers will believe it.
Right.
Okay, next to Tiffany Ram.
I mean, I'm gonna change it on the website like today so people get used to the new thing. Yeah, that's the maiden name.
What's the double entendre?
Nothing. I mean, really, my maiden name is Ram, Ramm. Of course, it insinuates jokes, hella jokes, but Tiffany. That's really the name for real.
Hey, where's my music? Let me say her name again. Put my music on.
It is not a porn name. It's a for real name.
Let me reintroduce Tiffany. Hey, baby.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
I heard you just had a name change.
I'm dead.
Tiffany Ram. Welcome to the show.
There we go.
That's her new name.
You done got him started.
All right. Next to her, tell them who you are.
My name is Arlene Victoria.
What you do?
I'm an actor, I'm a writer, I'm a producer, but I'm also a counselor, and I work with kids in the hood, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell them your background so they'll know this ain't a game.
My background is in mental health, social services. I studied psychology, got my master's in counseling, and now I work in group homes.
And married.
And I'm married. 10 months. Shout out to my baby Pierce.
To a brother.
A wonderful, intelligent, great, motivating, inspiring black man.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Shit, I'm breaking down over here. Okay, cool.
I need to find one of them.
And next to her, America's Next Model.
Everybody.
Set yourself up. Good. America's Next Top Model contestant, working model, singer.
Everything.
She does a lot of shit. Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Tell them who you are.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ariane, better known as Storm. You guys can find me on social media at ARREYONN or type in Storm, STAURM, and I will be the one and only to pop up.
To pop up. Okay,
to
cool.
pop up. Pop.
Cool. So, now that everybody is introduced, real shit about to go down now. I need y'all, listen, the only admonition I have for you is take the gloves off.
Don't trip.
Slap the smooth taste out of niggas' mouth with the truth tonight. That's all I want. All right? I'm going to get out of your way. I'm going to lob some questions up, and I really want to know what you think. And, of course, it's a caller-driven show. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. I want to hear your opinions as well. Tonight's topic: does the ingrained self-hate of black folk cause black men and women to mistreat each other while being treated better by other races? Now, you heard years ago, black men, somebody put out a documentary, made a documentary out of it about going to Brazil because the women down there treat them better than the sisters treat them here in America. Then, just a few months ago or a few weeks ago, whatever it was it a few months, a few weeks? I'm not quite sure. But superstar tennis player Serena Williams not only gets married, hooks up with a white boy. Everybody, men a little salty about it. And then throws a little salt in the womb. In the womb. Don't put no salt in the womb.
That'll kill the baby.
But, to put a little bit more, verve on it, she says when she dates people, and I'm paraphrasing, she doesn't date for color. She dates for chemistry. She dates for vibe. And then she mentioned her now husband and soon to be father of her child basically says, hey, and no black man has ever treated me better than this white guy. So, of course, without context, that's going to fly out into the blogger sphere and create all these speculations. And I want to know from women, sisters, are you guys treated better by other races than you are by black men? Do white men, do the Daniels of the world, Daniel, show yourself to the camera in all his white glory.
You're white?
I'm just asking, do white men treat you guys better than black men do? And then we have to qualify treat. What is treatment? What is good treatment versus bad treatment?
Are you treating me to a restaurant, treating me to go shopping, or are you treating me good as inspiring my brain, uplifting me, making me feel that I can have somebody to lean on in hard times, whether that's through sickness, health, or whatever?
Is that a Babyface lyric? Okay, cool. But yeah. I mean, it just sounded like a record. I want to know. Could you guys help me? Ladies, anybody?
Well, I've never dated out of my race. I've always dated black men only. I've only been I give credit when credit due. I done seen some fire white boys, but that's not what I'm looking for. Why not? It's too much chocolate running around this town for me to even just be over there. I'm sorry. I just love my black men. So
I agree. I can recognize the attractiveness in other ethnicities, but as far as what I gravitate to, what I feel connected to, it is a black man.
Tiffany,
goodness.
Bring your racially confused ass in here. Come on.
Oh, I feel racially well adjusted. Really. I haven't dated a white guy since high school. And then I think it was more like I'm a beauty that wasn't available anywhere else. I really looked like nobody else in my town, and some people thought that was beautiful, and some people didn't know what to do with it. So I don't think that's a fair comparison because we were young, but my experience in general with dating outside of your race, overall, because I'm biracial as well. So I'm technically dating outside my race when I date black as well. So my issue is, really think about it. It goes both ways. I'm black
Tiffany,
and white.
What am I about to ask you to do?
You is black.
Be super real. So I was gonna get there. Wait.
No, I'm about to ask you to lay down because you just said some crazy.
You is black.
Listen, so I've said it before. The issue for me is finding someone who's socially conscious both ways. So I couldn't date a white guy that's not socially conscious and woke. You know what I'm saying? But also with black men, I've met equally ignorant, stupid black men that I'm like, I can't deal with that in both ways. Like, I'm gonna need you to be patient with my dumbass white family. You know, like you can't be completely militant to the point where like you're gonna treat my white mama fucked up. Like, I'm just not gonna have that. So for me, like, to have a well-adjusted, conscious, woke black man is really what I need. And so that's the difficulty I have with dating black men.
I'm gonna ask the whole panel this because I need to know, and I'm gonna start with Joelle.
I didn't even get to answer the first question.
Go ahead.
Right, dang.
Well, maybe I didn't want you to.
That's fine.
Okay, but now I do.
I ain't dating no white people.
It ain't happening.
I just wanted to say that.
And it's not even.
I think we're all like pro black men.
Yeah, facts. You got to be pro black. Why not?
Like, I dipped into the Hispanic thing a tiny bit, but it was weird. So I stepped out.
Yeah, and then I just feel a culture shock. And then like also like I've hung out with like I'm in the industry, so I hang out with white people, like all type of people, Asians.
I like them all, but
was
not
around
like that.
nothing. But what I think is funny, you may not think is funny. And the jokes I could crack, you can't really crack those because you're not finna be talking reckless. Exactly. And then just off the experiences was just different. Some of my friends who date outside of that, one of my friends got into it with her mate, and he called her a ghetto. She called her ghetto, and he's white. I would have been like, skirt. You know, so it's just like a culture shock.
What if he fucked you up with? And listen, the word ghetto was applied to white people before it was applied to black people. To Jews.
It is.
So we get to say you ghetto.
I like Jews.
What if he hit you with that?
And then I'm gonna hit him with go sit down. Just know that.
Go in the corner.
Go take a chair, buddy.
And then you hit him with the so you ignorant all the way around.
Facts.
You ignorant to all types of people. So no, we don't have nothing else to talk about if you're that ignorant to everyone. If you want to apply that conversation to everyone. So no, I don't deal with ignorant people. We don't have any more conversations.
I like it. I like it. I got another question.
Okay, start with me.
Oh, now she want to be talking. Okay, start with me.
Because you keep coming for me, so I'm
Fucking
gonna
quietest
show you.
personality in the world.
Sheesh, I'm not quiet.
So, what's the girl from Atlanta? The little weird chick. She's a singer. She has a little pompadour do. She's an actress.
Janelle Monáe?
Her, I like her. I think she's gorgeous.
Her.
I love her too.
She's
Right?
amazing.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard she said sisters should stop having sex until men. And she didn't say sisters, she said women.
Okay.
Should stop having sex until men stand up for women's rights. Which I think it's a really that's a smart little angle.
Right.
But watch this. I'm gonna take that angle, right? And come back to interracial dating and say, sisters who date white men should not date them unless they stand up for black. Right?
It's going.
Because one of the reasons why racism is still alive is because there are white people who are technically not racist, but still benefiting from the infrastructure that racism built.
Right, exactly.
So would a white man be like, all right, I love you enough to renounce my safety net that is this society.
Right.
And you get to keep the money.
That's love.
Look, I love you.
Because now you got to ask the question: do
Right.
you really fuck with me, or am I just this exotic fruit?
Right.
Exactly.
You like me? You just like me, or do you really appreciate who I am and where I come from? It's a difference. Because a lot of people, I'm gonna say this. It kind of bothers me because my brother's married to a white woman. She's so obsessed with mixed babies, and I'm like, all right, did you just marry him? Exactly. So I'm just kind of like, are you only here for the mixed baby because you want a cute little mixed baby with curly
You might
hair?
have an Obama out of this shit.
You know,
Right?
I might, but it's kind of like I just don't know. It's like you just like now. It's kind of like you don't really like my brother. You like the black. You just want the mix. You know what I mean? So back to your question though, I think that could be a perfect angle because it's kind of like you have to take me and my family and where I come from and everything. You can't just like me, and you gotta like my friends. Like you gotta appreciate the culture. Like you can't just be for me and not be for me.
I know you guys don't know about this. I want you all to answer that question. But I know you guys are young. Do Do you guys remember the movie The Jerk with Steve Martin?
I remember it, but I don't remember.
Just look it up.
Yeah, what was it about? I probably saw
That was the blackest white man ever.
Oh, for sure. You didn't have to tell me about the movie to know that.
He was raised by some black folk.
Yeah.
And he was sending money back, and he was trying to be in entertainment. And my thing is, in order for racism to leave, white people got to let go of the institutions of racism.
That's a fact.
And sisters who are saying, oh, he got his shit together, is really saying, this motherfucker has found a plateau in the white man's system. Right? And he has more security there. So if sisters was doing it out of love and not out of security, they would make the white man bang for her people.
That's a fact.
I want to hear now. Y'all go with that.
That's deep.
I want to hear it. No, don't look to me.
I'm not. Yeah, I was like, I ain't looking at nobody. So it really does pull back to self-hate. I'm gonna say that. So in regards to not only self-hate, I'm on behalf of like black people in the black community, but also it's you have to break down the infrastructure of white privilege. And like Zoe said, holding white people accountable to the fact that most of them say they're not racist, but are completely unwilling to accept that even though they're not racist, they still benefit from white privilege.
Right.
And that institution. Yeah. So it's one, getting them to that knowledge place. Like I'm going to be 30 and my mama's still not there. So she was just one of these like mixed kid groupies, which I'm not hating. Like I love my life. But but like you have to accept that even if you're not racist, you still benefit as a white person to this institution and to white privilege. So that's barrier number one. But barrier number two is black people. Like you said, a lot of these black sisters do date white men because they are more stable. But after 300 years of being ahead of in the game, I would expect that, or 800 or 1,000.
Do you know how sick that sounds?
Like,
sounds, the oppressor.
But
seems
like
like
that's what I'm saying.
Better
Like,
option. Go ahead.
So my point with that is like it's a reflection of that woman that she's willing, able, and openly going to overlook the fact that she really is willing to be with the oppressor because he has all the things the oppressor wanted. So for me, like that's just not a conscious decision. If I was to date outside of my race, like I said, it would have to be like a very woke person, like someone who accepts white privilege and denounces it and is going to be active with me in the community. And like you said, you really can't throw away white privilege. He could never really say like, "Oh, I denounce my white privilege." Like, what are you just going to be?
I denounce my throne.
Like, I denounce my throne.
What do you even do? Like, are you gonna go back and pay a whole bunch of people, like black people, reparations? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. So that's not really a real platform. So for black women that do date white men, it genuinely is 99% of the time from a place of security. Like he's giving me things that a black man I'm not used to a black man giving me, or I don't have the patience to wait for a black man to get there. And so for me, that's where I come from. Like as an adult now, I could really never date a white dude seriously. Like I might go on a few dates with you and entertain your time for a while, but you're not going to be my life mate, mostly because of empathy. Like I'm gonna have a day where another black man gets shot and I'm gonna snap. Like I snap off. Like I don't want to have a black baby because I'm like, damn, a black boy. I don't want to have those black boy conversations, and I don't want to have that black boy conversation with a white dude who doesn't understand it. Like, okay, I'm not gonna get in an elevator with a white lady. I'm gonna catch the next elevator. Like those are real things that black men do with that. Black men teach black babies, and like how is a white person supposed to do that for my child? And that's really the America we live in. So what, like disservicing your mixed kid all the way.
And first off, ain't no such thing as a mixed kid. We just gonna go
exactly there. And I really hate when people say that because thing.
Don't hate it because there's one right there.
You can hate it.
No, I hate it. I hate it. I really do.
I'm confused.
It's too much. Everybody think mixed is a race now. That's not a race, hunty. You're not. You're not mixed. You're black, white, this, that, or the third. You're not. There's no such thing. And my brother's married to a white woman too, and she loves to just go pop them, And then it's like, but he has kids prior to the kids he had with her, and it's like she's kind of trying to push them away. But we supposed to love these babies, and I posted a picture of one of my little nephews who's Nigerian and black, and I posted a picture of her who's white and black, and I was like, my beautiful black babies, and she's like, she's not black, don't tell her that, she's mixed. I fell out of my chair when she said that. Like, what do you mean she's mixed? You Poindexter? She's black.
She's black,
All right.
yes.
All right. Somebody mad.
Struck a nerve.
It does.
Okay.
It does strike a nerve, to hear that.
Victoria, your thoughts?
Let me tell you something. My first thing is this whole I don't see color and I'm colorblind thing is for the fucking birds. That's not real. Because the thing is that the first thing when people do that is they're trying to excuse their behavior. The reality is that we all see color, and there's nothing wrong with that. We should see color. We should see different cultures. We should learn how to see color and respect color. Until that is something that we acknowledge, then there will be no end of racism.
Right. Because
Right.
oh, that's such a powerful damn Victoria from the free throw line with a blindfold on. 360 double pump through the legs, East Bay. Yeah. The thing that's so fucking crazy about what she just said is because when you become colorblind, you become culture blind.
Culture blind, yes.
So anybody can walk in and claim some shit.
Exactly. And there's no respect. Because my
Right.
thing is this, I grew up in a situation where, my school taught me about Jewish history. My school taught me about Black history. My school taught me about, Hispanic history. And they taught us to celebrate it. And you celebrate the differences because that is who a person is. Those make up who people are. So when I meet different people, I have respect for them, their religion, and their culture and who they are as people and what makes them an individual. There's nothing wrong with that. When you start being colorblind and culture blind, you start to ignore those things that make people important, and then you start to only see the differences, which makes people afraid because people are afraid of differences. Let's not do that. Let's not be that ignorant.
I could smoke a bag of that. That's that fire.
That is.
And I'm gonna say this too, though. For those ladies who are looking to be with others because they think that they have more financial security, I need you to also look at yourself and wonder what you are bringing to the table too. Because are you speaking life into your Black man like you're speaking life into that other man? Are you encouraging your man when he goes on that job interview? Are you team him? Because let me tell you something. My husband's last name is Minor. I'm team Minor all day. When my husband is going in for something, I'm like, baby, you get that. I am team Minor. I am back here with you 100%. Are you speaking that into your man? Are you encouraging him? Are you backing him? Are you supporting him? And also, what are you bringing to the table? Because are you just bringing a chair and to come eat? Or are you also bringing your own table?
Oof.
Because
some utensils.
I'm going to tell you right now, when you are raised by a strong Black male presence, and when you are raised by strong people in general, you are not just looking for somebody to come feed you. You're looking for your table, and you got your table. You got your food. You looking for somebody to help you complete that meal. You're not looking for someone to give you that meal.
And then what's even bigger than that, not even bigger, but in conjunction with, when you got your own, then you really start to understand the power of nurturing and giving.
Exactly.
So many people are in the mindset of securing. I can't fuck with you because I won't be secure. Well, you should be secure before you show up.
Right.
Exactly, and that's a super
That's the reality. What level of security are you bringing to enhance my own, and vice versa?
Right.
Because people aren't bringing that anymore. People aren't bringing their own security plus your security. They want you to secure them, and when they feel secure, that's when they're gonna. Okay, then this is what it is. I'm gonna stay here because this feels good. This feels right, and that ties into just back to the racism thing. Like a lot of women who date white men, it's like they feel like they got that. Like that extra in them. Like, oh, my man, he's a real estate agent. And yeah, like we go and we do all these things together. And I just feel so great. I don't have to work. I can sit at home. Well, aren't you bored?
Right.
Right.
What have you done?
Sit at home and not accomplish anything on your own. Because let me tell you something. Other than being Mrs. Minor, I am Arlene Victoria as well. And I have my own things that I bring to the table. I have my own dreams and my goals. And why do I have to give that up the moment I'm with somebody else? Why is it now that my dreams and goals are not something we are working in conjunction with to achieve? Why am I also not working to help him build his dreams and his goals? Why are they not our goals?
Wow.
I don't understand. It doesn't
Joelle?
make any sense.
In light of this,
Good job.
I was like, she was going in. I was looking at her like,
Joelle, she's not playing any games right now.
I know. I was like, she married for real.
But my question is, like, most times we don't really recognize the social game rules that we are adhering to. And I always tell people, especially brothers and sisters, did you write the social game rule that you call your truth?
Yeah.
Now, if you didn't write it, why are you the sentinel for it?
Right.
Why are you the security guard for that shit?
Right.
Like, who created your relationship narrative? Like, who wrote that? Like, most people don't even understand. Like, I always talk about equity theory and comparison levels. Well, you know, if I'm at this level, he's got to be at this level.
Right.
Right? Or if I have this, he has to have that.
Right. Yeah.
Do you know a fucking economist created that?
Yeah.
It's called equity theory. Joel, speak.
I mean, it's the thing. The word I think that comes from is just the fact that it's just a frustration when you're not on the same level, and it's not, if you're not trying to achieve something better. I think that's more the issue, is when people are they're comfortable they're complacent with where they at. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the problem. It's like, for me, you don't have to be making 6 figures or nothing crazy, but if you just making 40 and you don't even want to do any better, it's like,
well, what if you making 40 and you live in a city and a town where 40 look like something?
Well, that's fine then, but you can't be
make
living
40 here.
Yeah, that's what. I'm thinking of here. I'm like, you know,
you make 40 here and you like, this is all right.
Right.
No.
Like, no. Like, I was just like in the hood, and I was just like,
I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead.
Right. Pretty
At
much.
40?
It's like
in LA?
No, it's crazy. Like, it was almost sad. Like, I was doing a short film, and it was kind of like based in the hood, so we had to like use like like a bad house, and not a bad, but like
trap house.
You know. But it was like a real family lived there, and that's the sad part, because it was roaches on the walls, and it was just like, y'all just comfortable doing this? And she was like, basically, she kind of insinuated that people use her house all the time for these purposes. But it was just kind of like, she was just so content with just being like that, and it was kind of like,
well, she must have came up.
She ain't come up that much. She still got roaches on her walls, in the kitchen and everything.
That's the selling point.
Right.
Shit, she
Right.
probably sitting on a knot.
Right.
I don't know. Her kids didn't look like it, you know. But like, going back to that, it's just kind of like, it's just a level to it. Like, when people say that, it's just not like them just being like an asshole about it. But it can be frustrating when you, especially if you're living in LA, you can't live beyond your means. But people try to do it all the time. You ain't got your shit together. Same thing people always say, yeah, your car look nice, but what your house look like?
Right.
Wow.
Like, come on, fam. Like,
Let me ask you guys this. Did Serena have to make that statement publicly about her white guy
that was being petty,
treating her better than any black guy she's ever dated?
And that's a personal problem.
And,
think about it.
Right, but let me flip it back. If she was really conscious of what she was saying, she would have known that would have hurt black men,
right?
Who really appreciate
Think
black
about
women.
every black man she's dated. They're in the industry. She did that for a purpose.
Exactly. And
Dated
you do this to yourself.
Common,
You are
feel me,
who you
Drake.
date.
You know,
Right.
so she did that to throw shots. You feel me? It wasn't
Like
she.
that.
Right.
She knew what she was doing.
But it did reverberate beyond them.
It did.
It did,
And
but
the
that's the
crazy
fucked up
is
part.
Black men, a lot of black men love Serena Williams.
Exactly, that's the
black
fucked
men
up
love
part.
her, but that's your fault that you want to sit here and date Poppy Drake. And you got Joe over here, and he real, he good in life. He's financially stable. He's mentally stable. He's a great man. But since Drake he on the headlines, I'd rather go with Drake than average Joe over here. And then I want to complain because my white man treated me better.
Yeah,
Victoria, and then you. I want you to rap it. Victoria, and then Tiffany. Victoria.
Oh, I feel like you put me on that spot. My first problem with her statement is, yes, she was trying to cut, because when you make that statement and not say, you know what, my husband has treated me better than any other man, technically your husband should treat you better than any other man, because why are you not with those other men if your husband is not treating you better than them? So the common sense quoting is like, it's like,
well, I would hope so.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope that her mind is there, but you did that to throw shots. You did that to knock down some people, but in the effort to knock down those two people or those few people, whoever it is, you knock down so many good men.
Wow.
Black men.
Black men who are doing their thing, who are being good to women. And the thing is that you have so many women who are so weak-minded that they're like, that's right, Serena.
Right.
And so they're ignoring those good men
Tear these niggas
in their
up.
neighborhoods
Right.
who are trying to be there for them, who are trying to say, hey, you don't need that guy who's treating you badly. I'm not talking about what he looked like. I'm not talking about he's black, he's this. I'm talking about you don't deserve a man who treats you like that. That's not a man, that's a
it doesn't
boy.
matter about
I'm
color.
trying to treat you like a woman.
Right.
And so you are putting out those waves that are telling women to ignore those men just off basis of skin color alone. Now, I'm not gonna justify your feelings based on you dating fuckboys. That's your choice.
Wow.
You teach a man how to treat you. And if you are dating fuckboys who are okay and you are okay with taking their treatment, then you're gonna get the treatment you're gonna get. So you can't sit there and say those black men are bad because you did not give them an opportunity to treat you better. You didn't give them a reason to. I'm sorry.
Never finish a statement with
Tiffany?
I'm sorry, because I am not. But I'm not really not. It comes out. But anyway.
There go Beyonce over there.
I'm just saying. I'm just not. Well, I guess really I'm like the devil's advocate in this because I actually don't think she was throwing jabs. She might have very well, but I actually truly feel like she just did that interview of like Athlete Woman of the Year with Common, and I think she's been nothing but worshipped by black men her whole entire life. I think her statement was they didn't know black men treated me better was they probably treated her equal, but this just dude stuck out particular for whatever reason to her versus the other men. So that was my take on it. I didn't even take offense. And sometimes I tell people, I was like, we let the media hype it up. We let them take it out of control because a lot of the time when you take offense, it's from a place of you feeling personally convicted. So I feel like a lot of black people who like gaslit it and let it get out of control was they wanted to make media say that she really was hating on black men when really all she's ever dated till this point was black men. She just so happened to maybe like a white guy. Like it happens every once in a while, and I'm not necessarily against it. So I actually, in this particular situation, I was like, maybe this was just gaslit hell out of control, but it definitely sparked really important, critical conversations. But I'm like, she's really just allowed to like a white guy every once in a while. You are. It's okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready to chime in, the voice of reason is primed and ready to go.
I don't agree with that because she could have said it like she said.
Yeah, you have to say
I've
black.
never been treated better than currently with the man I'm with. Why do you have to say the black man or the white man? No, girl, bye-bye.
She did make a point to point out.
She say black.
Brothers.
Yeah, she
black
did
men.
say black.
That's
men.
the point that that's where I'm like, she's trying to throw shade, and that's not cool. Like, that's fine if they weren't treating you right and this one is treating you great. That's amazing. I'm happy for you, but you don't need to tear down. She should, if you're gonna attack, say the black men I have dated, not black men. Like the way it came out, and it could have been like how you said in the media, how they do twist it.
They do twist
it
for that
because he was
effect.
white. They came for her because he was white. So like the context was all because he was white.
Right.
And
No,
so her
and I
response
understand
obviously, she really had a.
But she
like, I
could've
mean,
separated
one
the
we. This is really the first white person I ever know to know.
Nah,
so again, I'm not.
No.
So it's like she might
this
have a
ain't new.
history.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ratner.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She dates white men. That's not
So it's
like a
like-
thing.
so
That's
it's
not
like-
new.
Man, shoot! I
Okay,
forgot
so
she was
stop
even
trying to
dating.
protect her. Let me get these callers in here.
No, I just
Ladies.
like the fact I like to call attention to the fact that like one context is everything. So yeah, it wasn't the context of this is a white guy. So she obviously said black men. She very much could have been throwing jabs. Like I mean, it's possible. And again, I'm not mad at it for sparking the conversation. There's hella black women out here dating white men for all the wrong reasons.
Hey Tiffany,
So
pull it back a little, baby. Yeah.
I'm gonna pull it back over here.
We're about to transition. Taking a few calls. Every time this song comes on, I just get pulled into Silly D. Williams. You know, you gonna let my hand fall off. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason is hot right now. We're talking about self-hate in the black community and how it affects the relationship, adversely affects the relationships between black men and black women. Why are we always at war with each other? Where's black love when you need it? We got wonderful sisters in here, smart sisters in here, money-making, Degrade, fine little morsels of Butavera. I'm sorry, the music is pulling me. Okay. I'm going to go to the phone lines right now. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you're calling from? Speak on it. Boost Mobile, where you at? You on the line?
Oh, jeez.
Bro, this man is crazy.
All right, next caller. You're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Boost Mobile is real right now.
Y'all don't want to talk to us?
Let me give them one more second. They call back in. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yo, it's me, Mike from Queensbridge again. What's good?
Mike from Queensbridge.
What's good?
What's up, Johnny?
Yo.
You on the dig,
good,
you know what I
B?
mean? Word up, son. You know what I'm saying? Is that Queens?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean? Yeah. Okay, fuck it. What's happening, fam?
Let me get in here like a bank robbery and get out so y'all can flow with the rest of the show, man. I've been hearing y'all. We got to be honest, though, because I hear y'all talking about Serena. Now, I think Serena was fine. I always thought she was fine. But you got to understand, when Serena first came out and she was playing tennis with her sister a lot, remember? Because when they first came out, they came out as a couple. Dudes was kind of going in. Dudes was kind of going in because back then, Serena, you know, she was younger then. And she wasn't really wearing makeup and stuff around. Like, she had a certain look. She looked just like her sister. But I don't know what it was. But, like, around, like, I would say, I'm going to say, like, 2010, 2011, Serena started wearing the more feminine stuff. And she also started wearing a lot of makeup. And that's when dudes started changing up about her. But it wasn't always like that, yo. I know for a fact, like some of my friends, they kind of used to go in on her. I'd be like, damn, yo, don't say that. You know what I'm saying? Like she a beautiful girl. She ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? But when they started seeing her with the makeup on and she wearing the booty shorts, showing the booty more out in public and all of that stuff, now they want to talk like, oh, Serena was bad. But then when she go and get with white dudes, now everybody want to be upset. And I'm saying, like, you know, you got to understand, there's men and women in our community that they've been rejected on the low. You thinking that, you know, this stuff doesn't happen to, like, people that are, like, famous or whatever or known. But there are people in our community that they, you know, they pay attention to that one person that's jeering in the crowd, and they never get over the hurt. So when they get older, they looking for the people that's accepting them as the way they are. You feel me?
I can smoke a bag of that.
Yeah, you feel me?
I can definitely, man, I could smoke a bag of that. I appreciate that.
But my argument is always going to be, when you date outside your race, there's nothing wrong with dating outside your race. But when you justify dating outside your race by putting down your own, that's where it's a problem.
Oh, yeah.
That's where it's a problem. I get what you're saying because it's true. People do hold on to those feelings of pain and they do associate them with certain people. However, when you are not able to understand that there are different people, you dated specific people, all those people are not the same. And when you justify dating someone, that's like, you know, when you see, I've seen black men on television talking about, I only date white girls because they do this and black women are such and such and such. No. Okay, the black women you had a relationship were not good and they didn't treat you right. But that doesn't make black women bad.
Right. That's
that
just your
means
experience.
Those women were not right. That does not make, you know, you might love this woman and that's okay to love this woman, but you don't have to love this woman by making a choice to say that I hate this type. Right. That's where there's a problem. That's the problem that people are having. It's not the problem that she's dating whoever she's dating. I'm all for love. Love is love. Are you happy? I'm happy for her. If someone's treating her right, I'm so happy for her. But at the same time, you don't have to justify by putting down people. That's not love.
You can only put down the people you were with, not like a big, like generalizing it. That's the problem.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for the call, Queens. If you want to bring your city into the building, all you got to do is call us at 323-230-4610. Man, these ideas and concepts are bringing up even more. Who is the blackest white supremacist? Who is the blackest white supremacist? Who is more integrated into the system?
Yes.
No.
Jesus.
I'm just speaking of the gender here. Who is more integrated into this system? Black men or black women?
I think it's equal, in my opinion.
I think female. I don't even want to just.
Let's just talk about it because I know what I know.
I would say this. I will say that I feel societally we are more used to accept and expect black men to date white women now, whereas I feel like black women, because maybe we see it, I don't know if I would say less often, but get criticized in a different way. Yeah. Like we're very used to being like, oh, black guys date white girls because of this, da 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 da, and like that conversation's almost redundant and overdone. Whereas like, oh, we go in when it's a black woman dating a white man. And again, that's just from what I've experienced and what I see. But I just feel like we're overly used to black men dating white women.
Yeah. And I went to a private school but I could count how many black kids was in school. And I was one of the black girls. And you can imagine all the black boys dated all the white girls. Yep. All of them. You know, that was their thing. And they were athletes too. So it was just like little black me was like, oh, okay, that's cool. You feel me? Peace out.
Maybe the white women are like the Latinos in America, willing to do the job we don't want to do. The white woman is willing to do the job.
To be submissive and just to be
what
a
is
Poindexter.
that job? Right. I'm
exactly.
like,
To be a Poindexter. Just boing.
That was a false equivalence, but I just thought I'd throw it out there.
And that's a lot of things. Like I hear a lot of times a lot of different black men's opinions on why they date white women is, oh, black girls too much, y'all too loud, y'all always got something to say, y'all just got to be in charge. And with the white girl,
like you.
I'm gonna be in. No,
Okay,
baby.
cool.
Whoever stepped to me, you gonna have to step strong. Because I was raised by a strong black woman and a strong foundation of my family. So you gonna have to step real strong, especially now in my life. But you gonna have to step being black too, because I loves me some chocolate. Okay.
Commercial. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Welcome to the Voice of Reason. Speak on it.
Hey, Zoe.
What's happening?
Oh, man, I've been listening to the show for years, man. My name is Justin from Beaumont, Texas.
Word.
Yeah. I comment on a lot of your stuff on Twitter, man. You might remember Mr. Level Up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Man, look, I heard this once, and it really hit me, and it hit me pretty hard. When it comes down to black men and women dating each other and all of that stuff, and black dudes talking about she ain't this, and or black woman saying he ain't that or whatever, man. The way I see it don't matter if you ain't that dude, you ain't that dude. Like that's just how it go. Like if a woman say I date alpha men, and you ain't that alpha man, then you just ain't that dude, man. You always gonna come in second, because the alpha gonna walk in and command the room anyway. All the women gonna flock towards him. Like I've done that before. I've walked in a room full of dudes and women, and everybody will look at me. I mean, I'm 6'3", athletic build, all that stuff, man. And it's like, but my attitude when I walk in the room is like, it's not like nobody else matters. It's more, I know I matter, and I know everybody else matters as well. So I'm gonna treat everybody with the same level of respect until disrespected, and that's the problem. A lot of women don't know how to recognize a man who's respectful versus a man who's disrespectful, taking the alpha position. So they kind of shy away from it. And then money comes into play as well when it comes down to a lot of things. Like, I ain't got the most money in the world, but you'll never know it.
Man, I appreciate your comments, and they are indeed insightful. It causes me to go back to some points that were made earlier about the black woman's man picker. Because, and thanks again, bro. I appreciate the call, man. Call me anytime, man. Thanks. That was great. But let me reframe this. We live in a microwave society.
Yes.
Right? High speed, high tech microwave society where our smartphones are actually smarter than we are. And it's whack because now if you look at first off, capitalistic society, it's capitalism. So everybody's trying to capitalize, even in intimate relationships, interactions. Everybody's jockeying for position so they could be secure in some way. People are not relating to relate. They're not even relating. They're actually acting so that they can secure a space somewhere with somebody where they could be taken care of. Both men and women are doing that, right? It's fucking terrible that that's happening. But I always come back to this point. At the end of the day, sisters and brothers, if you guys were to just say, how would I relate to this person without society's rules wrapped around my thought process? Like, how would I connect? Because what happens is that shit slips in when we first meet someone. The attraction, the energy, the spirit of it. And then we wind up killing that shit with our expectations, with our, desires that have been manufactured by society. Like, for instance, look at this. Look at the culture. We live in an Instagram culture.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the problem.
Where a motherfucker who got 100,000 followers,
is the one.
Right.
In their mind, they're a fucking celebrity. So, and I'm talking about a sister who's sitting on her bathroom sink, showing her ass with the bathroom, the sink pose.
Yes.
Right? So in her mind, she's a celebrity. So in her mind, I deserve better than the UPS guy. Well, wait a minute. The UPS guy is making $56,000 a year.
The little
The
Instagram
fuck you
followers
mean?
was bought.
Right?
The fuck you mean?
You make $0.
What are you talking about? He make more money than you do.
Right.
Nah, I can't have it. So the expectations are off. The picker is off. So even just because you're a celebrity doesn't necessarily mean you should date a celebrity.
Right.
Right? So I mean, Hollywood is the motherfucking the place of smoke and mirrors. I got to go date some other smoke and mirrors because I'm in smoke and mirror society. So let's smoke this bitch out together. No, anchor yourself to some realness. But most people don't know how to do that because most people are hiding behind the profile, hiding behind the avatar, the facade.
Exactly.
You
They're
see?
not worried about themselves. You have to worry about yourself. You got to make sure you are together in
Well,
order
cut
to get somebody else together.
And you got to explain something to me too about the resting bitch face. And because I don't know what that is, because most brothers, I hear brothers say this all the time. Sisters always got attitude. Sisters always mad. But she explained it earlier as something called the resting bitch face.
Exactly.
I don't know.
And
what
I'm
the
in
fuck
a
that
great
is.
mood. I'm happy on the inside. I love every day. I love to wake up in the morning. I'm always excited, but I walk around like this because I just feel like that's how my muscles feel like doing what they feel like doing. They feel comfortable frowning. They feel comfortable just resting and not giving a damn. But if you speak to me, I'm like,
right.
I'm gonna be crazy. And that right there, I've had countless amounts of people say like, you make me nervous, like you scare me, like you look like you're so mean. And looking and being is two different things. That's how you don't judge a book
Well, how
by
the
its
fuck I'm
cover.
supposed to know?
Because you come over there and you say, excuse me.
It's how you speak to people depends on the mood you get from them.
Right. Exactly.
Say more, please, please.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, I mean, depending on where I am and the type of vibe I'm getting from the room, you might catch my resting bitch face real hard. Yeah. But depending on the energy you bring to me, then you get my smile, then you get my happy. But let me tell you something, not everybody deserves my happy. Sometimes you deserve my resting bitch face. Because I'm going to tell you right now, as a woman, every day we walk in this world knowing today might be the day somebody will try.
You.
Exactly.
Wow.
And you are aware
that you may get
You're
tried.
right.
So you just have to be prepared for that. You really have to
Yes.
be prepared. And then I'm sorry that you sitting here, hey, shorty, I'm not about to respond to that. So if my face looks like, don't be like, oh, are you rude?
No.
Say that's a problem with black women. They always want to say
No.
that's the problem with black
No,
women.
because let me tell you something. My dad told me a long time ago, the way they come at you and the way they treat you is the way they treat you when they feel like you're theirs. So if they can't come at you with respect, why are you expecting respect later on in the relationship? They showed you who they were when they first met you. Talk about, hey girl, let me holla at you. Holla at who? Hello, my name is such and such. Can I speak to you for a second? When you speak to me like that, you might get a whole nother response other than, hey, no. I know my alphabet. I don't need you to tell me.
I know my alphabet. I don't need.
Goodness,
Wow.
Right. This is just funny because I have like the opposite issue because I always smile. I'm like a smiling whore. So I just give my smiles to everybody. I don't know. Most of the time, you might catch me like in a moment where I'm like thinking hard or something. But I typically do not practice resting bitch face. But I will tell you why I realize other women do. I recently started riding the metro, and that is a life experience in and of itself. I have driven for 13 years straight, and my car is like out for the count for like the next month or whatever. So as someone who smiles always, I have yet to ride the train or bus by myself or be alone or walk down the street without, I'm going to say like 10 to 15 solicitations daily. So just because I smile, because it's inviting. Now, mind you, like, yeah, I respond, they say their little hollers or whatever. I'll be like, oh, thank you. And I keep walking because I know, but they're not used to it, right? So most women shut it down because I have places to go and things to do and I want to ride the bus by myself. So like, I get why they resting bitch face because it's very distracting. It slows you down. Like, and yeah, if you smile, that usually invites them in where I don't mind that because I grew up learning how to deal with it. And because that's my joy, that's my blessing to the world is to share that joy. But like, I understand why women are like, I just don't want to deal with it.
Man, you guys are some complex. Woo! And that's why we have this forum, because I want to hear from women. I want to understand women better. I haven't always been the best. Yes, the best.
Yeah, but none of us have. And not even, we keep talking about black men, but black women doing it too. They going after these white men too. Like, They are. We can't just put it towards a black man because I know I got a friend who that's all she date is white boys, and I'd be like, girl, you must be really bored. Like, what do y'all do? Do y'all golf? Do y'all play chess? Like, what are you doing?
That was stereotypical.
And then they feel like, because it's a stability thing, because they're like, oh, well, he got money, or, just his social existence is better.
Let the song ride over.
Oh my
God.
God.
Ride over me song.
Go ahead, finish talking, but sink into the music, baby.
You black women need to get it together too. Don't think it's just these black men. Y'all tripping awesome.
Yeah. Let the song take you. Listen, if you're just tuning in to the Voice of Reason on Dash Talk Radio, do white men of other races, Asian men, Latino men, do they treat black women better? True or false? Whether it's baby mama versus baby daddy drama or the delicate topic of dating outside one's race, black men and black women just can't seem to see eye to eye. Why are we at each other's neck? Where's black love? I need somebody to call in with an example of black love. We've got black love in the studio. Miss Victoria, married 10 months to her husband. Oh man, this is good shit. I wanted to show examples though, right? Of sisters who get it, because we often see examples of sisters who don't, and they represent this confrontational, adversarial kind of vibe. But I definitely, wanted to cover that. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Joelle is side producing. Cool. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. Caller, Boost Mobile. All right.
Okay, bye.
They got a bad line. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on? It's Jack from Honolulu, man.
Honolulu in the building. What's happening, P?
Oh, not much. Sounds lively in there, Just catching show as usual.
Yeah, man. I know you got something to say about this topic, right?
Of course.
So speak on it.
Okay. So I would say society is a motherfucker.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, we, like black men and black women, have been conditioned to hate each other, whether, black women doesn't want to recognize that black men don't have all the resources together and they are being oppressed, or, black men don't want to realize whether they should, respect their black women, or just whatever, just whatever. I think there's just a lack of accountability on both sides, and I don't think that's true. I don't think either one, I don't think outside races can love, black people better than they can love themselves, but they have to come to that point. because you can't tell, like, there is nothing more powerful than a black man, like, lifting up a black woman or a black woman lifting up a black man. Like, there's nothing more powerful than that. But until you get to that point, you're going to continue to have this issue of, oh, well, white people treat black women better, you know, or white women horses or whatever, all that crap. You're just going to continue to have that issue, but we have to, like, take accountability for our own bullshit and then lift each other up to rise above that.
Man, I can smoke all kinds of bags of that, man. I appreciate the truth on that. Call anytime, brother. You already know, from the island of Honolulu, Hawaii.
Get out of here.
Please call us 323-230-4610. That's the number to dial if you want to participate in tonight's conversation. The Black Civil War, black men and women at each other's neck. Oh, but I love her neck. Where's my song? Sorry. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yo, Zoe, it's Jared from L.A.
Jared from L.A. Welcome. Los Angeles in the building, man. Speak on the topic.
What's going on, man? First and foremost, black love starts with yourself. So you need to learn to love yourself and then learn to love those around you, okay? We can start right there, first and foremost, before we start even worry about anybody else, okay? I actually grew up in an interracial household. My stepfather was Caucasian, but no one gave me more love than the black women that surrounded me. Let's just keep it a buck right there, okay? I was taught to love any type of woman that's going to love me back. I've dated predominantly black women, and it's always been great. I will say, though, I didn't know that the issue was as bad until I started listening to social media or reading up on it. Because you know what? You know, it's all what you're taught at home. So at the end of the day, man, I don't really have a lot to say but to love yourself, man. You know what I mean?
I can smoke a bag of that, man. I appreciate the call.
Respect to you, man. And your listener, man. Peace out.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Man, I love it, man, when the folks come through like that. Ladies, if brothers could make a type of gesture, you know, kind of waving the white flag, an olive branch even, what is that thing we need to do in order to say, I don't want to fight you. I love you. I want to take over the world with... Where's my music?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Here we go. We about to get in that mood.
Don't put on the music when you say it.
The world with you, baby. You and I together, we make a special kind of butter.
So dead with this man. Honestly, I think first off, we need to stop trying to differentiate light skin from dark skin.
Wow.
You're black.
Let's go.
Hunty.
Right.
You're black. Okay?
Thank you.
Your mama is black. Your daddy black. You might have some white in there, but you're black. Okay? So if we start there, I hear a lot of people, even I say it sometimes, but honestly, I love chocolate. I love to see that tone in the black people, in the black community. I've dated light skinned people or whatever, but that's a big problem.
Okay, we're good.
That's a big problem. We see two different races in one race. Wow. You got light skin and black and dark skin. Oh, I'm light skinned. Girl, when you fill out your papers, you don't fill in light skin. So if we start there and stop trying to differentiate the black community, then right there we can start building on loving each other as a whole and stop seeing separate. You know, we don't just see color outside of the black community. No, it's people in this black community who see the light-skinned people as a whole nother race.
No, I've been called a half-breed.
And that's what...
by brothers. This old half-breed ass nigga.
Oh, Lord.
Really? I got two black... I'm mama black. My daddy is black as this table. The fuck? Okay, cool.
Yep,
Go ahead, finish
black.
Your dissertation.
I just really feel like we just need to come together, especially in that aspect of seeing us all as one whole, as one African American community. Because if you take it way back to slavery, even when the slaves laid up with the houseman, with the white man of the house, your child was still on the field, baby. Right. Black, because you still had some black in you. You were still on the field, so you are all black. We must all come together, love each other as one. Stop seeing, and there is stability in the black community. There is black men and women who are on their grind, making sure they are together financially, mentally, spiritually, everything. They're making sure they're fed. When you open your eyes and see that, and stop saying like, oh, black people ain't got it together because they just be on it. Whatever stereotypes, everything you have to say about them, then we'll come together as one.
A bag of that will be smoked, Victoria. What is the gesture? The olive branch, boo.
You know what? I feel like that gesture has to start at home. It has to start with the family. It has to start with the family telling their children the value of themselves, telling their children the value of their life in their skin. Mm-hmm. Once you understand the value of your life in the skin that you were put in, the skin that God gave you, you can see the value in others. And I think that's such a big problem, is that in our society, we have been conditioned to see light against dark, rich against poor. And as long as we keep seeing us versus them, there's going to continue to be that problem. And the thing is because we're not all one, we're always going to find some other thing that's going to make them the other.
Wow.
We're going to find some reason to put them as the them.
Wow.
That's the issue to me.
Yikes. Tiffany.
Oh my goodness.
Jump your ass in here, girl.
In this session.
Oh my goodness. I have two white flags. One is self-motivation. I get like Black men have mountains and mountains of barriers, but if you can just wave to me like a little self-motivation, like you gonna try if I try with you, boo, we can rule the world together as long as you doing as much as I'm doing. So
wait, hold on. This is good.
Yeah.
This is good. I just have to interject. We have to be a little bit more tolerant with regards to outcomes too.
Oh yeah, I didn't say an outcome. I'm not saying I'm expecting something to come from it because of those barriers, generational, historical barriers. You might not make leaps and bounds.
That's why I wanted to add that in there. That little caveat. Go ahead.
Try together. Right. Because the outcome might not come there, but there's a lot of people not even trying, or they're doing lip service to say the things they're supposed to and they're not doing.
Are you telling me that a couple that tries together stays together? Go for it.
Yes. So self-motivation is literally my number one turn on. Like, please bring it on. Everything else will fall in order. But the second one is self-love. There's a lot of Black men out here. You attract what you're missing. And I think whether you're Black man or woman dating a white person, you're really dating what you hate about yourself. If white people hate Black people, you dating someone who hates Black people because you also hate Black people. There's very few people that I know that I feel like they're really fist pumping. There's a few. I have a few activisty friends that are interracial, but that are fist pumping and they date outside their race. Like, you really have to love yourself, and you might not see yourself projecting into dating outside your race.
On my own show, let me. Hey, something just dawned on me. It might seem fucked up, but I gotta ask. You guys know of the Stockholm Syndrome?
Yes.
Right.
You date what captured you. You fall in love with the person who, like, when you're kidnapped, Stockholm Syndrome is when you're kidnapped and you fall in love with the person who kidnapped you.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's basically like, so if you're dating outside your race, you fell in love with the person who conquered you. You were colonized. Like, that's what it is.
So let me
love yourself.
Let me ask you this question. Could it be energetically, genetically, that the sister is missing the dick that raped her?
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, because nobody cannot account for spirit.
No, the spirit might be there.
Nobody. If you want to talk about transgenerational curses, could that be a transgenerational curse?
I'm not denying it, but I'm just saying. I'm sorry. Like, interjection, like PSA.
Shit, Daniel said, I got to get the fuck up out of here. Shit.
It's too real. Like, Black men are the business. So I might be like making some, my white mama is crazy, but Black men are the business. So that's like my PSA for today.
Right. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I think that's a.
No, but that's true.
Like, even self-hate. Yeah, definitely.
Even just off that term right there, girls who get raped are way more hypersexually active.
That's
and
the
that's
point.
a fact, and that's a super fact. Okay, they're way more hypersexually active. So imagine, and that's just such a great thought. Just imagine. I can only imagine, like, you know, being raped by someone of white color, and then that's what you gravitate towards, because that was an experience for you, whether it was a traumatic experience or not. That was an experience in your life that molded you for your future.
Right.
Wow.
So I definitely agree with that.
I will say I'm a 3-time survivor of sexual abuse, and I've been abused by both white and Black men. And that I mean, in my personal experience, it didn't sway me either way. Like, yeah, I'm hypersexualized, but that came way before the sexual.
Right.
Like, it's hereditary, and the sexual stuff just added to it. Like, I'm not gonna say it didn't, but my brother did say something to me when I when I was sexually abused, when I was a survivor of rape by a black guy, my white brother actually gave me the best advice ever. And I feel like this is for every survivor because I actually do a lot of counseling for survivors. He said, like, don't let them take away the most beautiful thing we have, which is sex. He was like, go through whatever healing you need to do. He's like, take as long as you need to be celibate and let yourself heal up. He's like, but you need to be touched again. Like, and to hear that from my own, like, sibling who is a man, and my brothers are hella protective. Yeah. But for him to be like, sex is beautiful, don't let that stop you. The first person I had after that was a black man. Like, I was just kind of like jump on the horse after you fall off. Like, I was like, okay, let's try that out again.
It's a nice little metaphor.
Yeah, like,
jump on the horse. Reverse cowgirl.
There's a lot of layers there. There's a lot of layers there, but typically, statistically speaking, in the black community, we are actually still more likely to be sexually abused by someone in our race. So, historically, we were definitely exponentially raped by white men. Unfortunately, we need to do a little work in our own communities around why are we sexually abusing ourselves, and why basically self-hate. Like, we're willing to rape a black woman, but we ain't willing to marry her. Come on now.
Wow. Heaviness. Joel, get off your phone. I'm the only one that should be working.
Listen, I got moves to make.
But regarding the last question, did you hear it or where?
Can you repeat it? Because this was a lot.
This over here.
Well, you brought over the other question.
That
to her.
energetic shit, right? That Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, you brought that question up. You want the first one or this one?
The question I'm
go.
actually
Sorry.
speaking. Okay, cool. But no, the only reason why I asked that is because in slavery times, yes,
right,
sisters were raped all the time by white men, forcibly, in front of her guy.
Right.
He's emasculated. Everybody is torn down, right? So, but after all of that was over, there was still more protection and safety with the white man who raped her,
right,
than was with the black man. So all I'm saying is that something that could be transferred generationally? Could that be some subconscious shit you picking up on? Because that's who the white man represents today. Only a Donald Trump could be the fucktard that he is and do what he does and still be the president.
It could be. I don't have that like mentality because I don't like fuck with like white men like that. So I don't get it.
No shot for you, Daniel.
No shots, no shades. I just wouldn't want to have sex with y'all. No offense. But it's like
Daniel's like fuck.
But it's like I don't, for those women that are like that their excuse is like, oh, they're more stable. Like you say, your friends are, well, they got money. That could be what they're thinking. That's really the reason, but it's really not. It's the Stockholm Syndrome. So it probably is like subconsciously, and they don't even realize it because at the end of the day, you still thinking of them as some higher, like some prize, like they're above black men. Like, oh, but I got him. He's like, this is the best we could get. Like, this is the goal. Like, if I got a white man, like I won in life. Like they want me too. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, but they don't. You know, I think it probably is. They don't realize it, but it is subconscious.
Victoria.
Yeah. And it would be also the same thing when it comes to black men with white women,
Exactly.
because at that time, white women were held as the standard. They were the ideal.
Right.
And so now you have black men and they feel like when they get to a certain level where they can attract a white woman,
Right.
it's like, oh,
White
now
bitches
I've
like
made
me.
it.
Yeah.
Now I've made it because now I can achieve that. And then it's like,
not all black men can.
Exactly. And that becomes a thing. And not just, but it's not even just the white woman. Now it becomes, as long as you're not black.
Say it with
as long
the
as you're
music,
not the
baby.
black woman.
Right.
So then it becomes the Hispanic woman.
Yes.
Then it becomes the
Exotic.
Asian woman.
I got
then
that
it becomes
foreign.
the foreign. I got that foreign because now it's anything that's not the black woman who was there with me when I was in the trenches. But now that I've aspired and I've created something, now I can attract these other women. And I think that is a form of Stockholm. It is.
Wow.
Because it was like when they were on that plantation, the woman who was considered pure was the master's wife, the master's daughters, and those were the untouchables. And we always want the candy that we're not allowed to have.
Exactly.
Wow, this shit is cold-blooded. True or false? White men fetishize black women and nothing more.
Oh, yes.
Yikes.
Yes, white men Okay, I am a living witness because in this industry, especially in the modeling world, these white men be flocking to us chocolate girls.
Right?
Like, look at you.
Like I'm telling you,
exotic.
That's
Avatar,
you
come
look
here.
exotic. You know that's they like that exotic look, and they always ask you, "Where are you from?" Well, I'm from LA.
Do you have a tail?
Yeah, like I'm from LA.
I'm
like,
a Mormon.
You
Do
know,
you have a tail?
They want you to be foreign. They want you to be exotic, like a little unicorn. And it's because it's different from what comes in their community. Now, the white girls, you know, I see them coming up, you know, with they filling out or whatever. But black women have always been filled out.
Fake.
That's called money, baby. That's not filling out.
No.
Wait,
I know some white girls who are pure Caucasian and they're thick. And I'm gonna give them
naturally.
that. Naturally. And they're pure white. And they're naturally thick. And that's what it is, you know? But black women have always been, even in slavery times, they would put the real thick woman up there. She would be the most prized. And she costs the most, you know?
Yeah.
So the white men will be up there looking, oh my God, you know, her boobs big, her butt. You know, it's just an image to them. And it's something that they can, you know, just drool over and just soak in. Like, this woman's so beautiful. But the outside thing to that, the flip side is, they want us behind closed doors, but don't want to bring us in the forefront light.
Wow.
Exactly. So when a white man is happy to showcase them, they're like, "Oh, this is lit.
This is lit." You know, like, oh, he wants to take me out.
Right.
Yes.
Like, he's not ashamed.
Listen, and there's been a lot of very insightful things said today. But I believe it's these types of conversations that must be had if the universe puts you and somebody of another race, you know, in the same place together. Like, the where we gonna live and what religion our kids gonna be is the easy part, really. Yeah. Like, you really need to understand racism in all the cultures. Imagine if a black man, African American black man, married a Hindu. You'd have to sit there and talk about the caste system and how the darkest people are on the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
And where in the caste, you know, is your woman, and what were your racist views towards dark-skinned people?
Exactly.
Yeah, you still have to have that conversation, right?
Right. It's still in there.
Because, you know, people, you know, revere Gandhi and all that shit. But Gandhi's ass was racist.
He was.
So you see what I'm saying? Like, you'd have to figure some shit out.
And then just bringing the different types of cultures together. Like, you may be accepting of me, but then you bring around that family and everybody's staring at me like I'm not on every channel, including Telemundo.
Exactly. Right.
Like, you know, it's just weird. And not even just your family can be staring. My family can be looking too, like, you know, who's the white guy or who's the Asian guy, you know. And it makes you feel uncomfortable. Prime example, at my little nephew's birthday party, my niece brought her little white friend with her. And the bad little kids talking smack, talk about the little white girl. The little white girl looks different. And then the girl told my niece, she's like, I do this all the time. I'm always the only white girl in the room full of black people. And mind you, they're in elementary school, you know? So just right there, everybody's staring at this one little, and my brother, the little white girl said, me and that lady over there, which is my brother's wife who is white, are the only white people in here.
Wow.
I gotta be the darkest, light-skinned, green-eyed nigga in the world. Because I can remember as far back as being a child, being annoyed by the attention the color of my eyes got.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I was always an advocate for my brothers who got disrespected by girls who was on that light-skinned, dark-skinned shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, when I was younger, I would call motherfuckers out. I would be like, okay, my eyes are green. What the fuck does that mean?
Right.
Oh, you don't have to wear green today on St. Patrick's Day because you have green eyes. I won't pinch you. Bitch, if you don't get your ass. You know, I didn't like that shit. I really didn't.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the differentiation where, you know, I see sisters of color, and I mean of dark hue, and I'm drawn to them. I have 3 children by 2 sisters that are dark and beautiful.
Because it's gorgeous.
I mean, and I love it. It doesn't mean I love light-skinned women any less.
Right.
I appreciate them too. I love the diaspora of sisters, period, in all shades. But the hate is so deep in our community just on who we are. When you say self, now we're talking about the identity of black people, period. The identity of black people have been maligned all over the world. In America, nigga, you're a nigga. You just
no,
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what school you went to, what degree you got. Step outside of the line, I'm gonna show you your nigga. You get your nigga wake up call. Right? So that's still part of our society. And then what we consider to be normal is integrating further and further into their definition of what normal is.
Right.
So if we're, firmly nestled into that identity or that definition, we think we've somehow made it. And to me, that's the biggest fucking problem. How do you define yourself without this system and this society's social game rule? Who are you? The Jews can say who they are without America, right? The Chinese people down here in Chinatown, they can say, nigga, this is Chinatown.
Right.
I know it's LA, but motherfucker, this is China. We rebuilt China here.
You don't have a black town.
You do got a black town. It's the projects.
Exactly. And why?
Why? Exactly.
That's the problem.
We don't have a black town. Back to the start.
Like, it's crazy how that's...
Back to the start.
That's our... They're like, you know what? It's so crazy. It's just like, I just thought of this. I was getting my nails done, and the guy was like, are you black? Because I don't understand how I don't look black to everybody.
You look black to me.
Thank you. I think I look black.
Bring your little black ass
Exactly.
over here.
But he was just like, he thought I wasn't black. He thought I was something else. So he was like, oh, you're skinny though. And I was like, yeah.
What?
And he was like, aren't black people just fat? And he's Asian, so he's saying it brokenly, but it was like, I was like, no.
Right. You should have said, do you have rice in your pocket?
Okay.
But it was just kind of like the fact that they, like, whatever he perceives black people as is probably what he just sees in the media. And it's just like, poor the hood.
You
Like,
said,
that's
hey,
where all
I bet you don't need a scientific calculator to do these math problems. Fucktard. Get your ass out of here.
I want to go back to something
nail
you
shop.
said, though, in regards to, like, there's a Chinatown, there's a Koreatown, because mind you, some of them were taken over as slaves as well. We won't get into that. But most of them, during a lot of the refugee times and immigration times, came over in masses where they had a choice to actually settle in families and community and keep networks of entrepreneurialism. Like, they have stores, they have small communities, whereas because we came over as slaves, they stripped us of our languages, of our tribes, of being able to write our literacy. Like, we started from scratch, so we do not have a nature of communal entrepreneurialism. Whereas they came over and they clustered. Like, even in the Midwest, like the Somali populations, they come in clusters of families and they network together. They find the first person that's even an aunt of an aunt of uncle of an uncle, and they'll pool money together. They'll start businesses. And because of our history, we don't have that in our community. So it's hard to say, a black town, when we're not networking together in pools. That's one thing. Like, a lot of Latino cultures,
but we're not allowed. We're not even given opportunities to, because
we're
putting
behind.
Environments like the projects, and also throwing aside the projects are drugs and violence, and it's not allowing us to come to come together as a community and be active.
Ariane, I would say yes and no.
Right.
Because you can come up anywhere you are based on the quality of the thoughts in your mind.
Yeah, but when you're in an environment where it's every man for themselves, God for us all, you're not really given opportunities to sit here
So watch this. My homeboy Furpo Carr. Fucking genius. From the Nickerson Gardens. But one of the only black biblical scholars to be allowed to actually touch the Dead Sea Scrolls and translate them.
Ooh.
He's from the Nickerson Gardens.
That's lit. He created an opportunity for himself.
So what I'm saying is, it's his thought process that liberated him from his physical circumstances and environment. And what I'm saying is, the real currency on planet Earth, there's a couple of currencies. The number one currency on planet Earth is time.
Yes.
Once you spend it, you can never get it back.
Yeah.
The number two currency on planet Earth, which is why it cost, is knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm not finna expose you to this high level of thinking, these ideas, because if I give you that, I gave you the keys that frees you from whatever prison I designed for your ass to live in. Victoria.
Exactly, which is why slaves were not allowed to read, because it gives them the opportunity to create and form ideas. And the problem is that, in our communities, during slavery, we were put in a position where you had to be every man for yourself. You had to compete against your brother in order to live. There's only room for one. There's only room for this one. And you have to be better because I'm not going to live if I'm not better than him. So it creates this crabs in a barrel mentality where, there is every man for himself, because we got to see that person who's doing good and we got to do better than him. We can't do well together. So you don't have people who are coming together and pooling their resources because why do I have to pool my resources with him? Why does he have to do this? Why does she have to be part of this? It becomes this thing of, I'm not going to help this person because I got to worry about me. And the crazy part is like in our society, we always talk about the nepotism. We talk about the good old boys club. The problem with the good old boys club is that we're not getting in positions and we're not looking back at that person who, like us, was trying to come up and saying, let me help you, which is really what's happening. They're looking back at the people who remind them of themselves, coming up and saying, hey, let me give you an opportunity. But we are not getting ourselves in that position and saying, oh, look at that young woman who was where I was 10 years ago. Let me put her in a position and teach her and to help her grow and to mold her. We're saying, oh, well, I got there by myself. She gonna have to figure it out. And that's where you're creating this issue where no one's working together. No one's looking at someone and giving back. No one's helping build the next group of young people up. And then we wonder why they're lost, because we lost them.
Wow. That's so fucking, man. This shit is great. This is a great show. Listen, if you're just tuning into The Voice of Reason, we're talking about race, culture, gender, all the conflicts that exist between black men and women. The shit is hot monkey lava. I'm excited about it. Smart people in the building. If you're just tuning in, does the ingrained self-hate of black folk cause black men and women to mistreat each other while being treated better by other races? Do white men treat black women better than black men treat black women, and vice versa? And
I kind of I have a opinion on that question. As far as when you guys are speaking on how black women would flock more back in slave times, even though the man who raped her, she would confide in him, and that's just today. Everybody's, I don't like the police, I hate the police, but when something goes wrong, you're gonna call them, right? So back then, their husbands or their head of household, the male head of household, he didn't have a voice. So the man of household, as far with the white people, their slave masters would come. They can take the white woman, the black woman, beat her and still feed her. The black man can't beat her and feed her because the white man is taking that from him. So they're gonna go back to him because that's where, yes, it's not safe in a physical manner, but that's where I'm gonna get the most of what I can get out of this situation. So yeah, even though he raped me, I'm still gonna be loyal to him because this is the person who's feeding me and my children and my husband that he's beating all the time.
My husband is his pet.
Pretty much.
I mean, we both are, but shit.
Exactly.
The dog ain't gonna bite you if you're feeding him.
And then that made, and some people are like, oh, that's not true. But in all honesty, that made black women, lose a lot of respect for the black man because, back then it was like a lot of, I wasn't back then, but I can only assume that back then they were probably thinking, well, why aren't you standing up for me? Who cares if you have to risk your life, But you can't just he doesn't have that position to just stand up and, oh, you not finna rape my wife, So it's like they lose the level of respect for him because it's like you can't even protect me. So why am I even going to give you my loyalties or my love? Because you can't protect me. There's nothing you can really do for me right now.
Heavy.
So I'm gonna go over here where, yes, it's not safe, but you know what? It's working for me and the kids right now, and we still alive, thank God.
And what she basically said was, he's stronger than you right
Pretty
now.
much.
And that's fucked to think.
And that's in today's society too. The white man is stronger than the black man in their eyes. Even though the black man is stronger in their eyes, that's how they put them. A white man will get a job over a black man. You will
No. Let me add some clarity to that because I know what you're saying, but let me streamline it a little bit. So back in the day, black men, if we had a problem, or just men in general, if we had a problem with one another, we could step outside. I invite you to outdoors, my nigga. We go outside and then we fight hand to hand, and then a hierarchy is established. Whoever wins, whoever loses, there's respect there. And sometimes those fights be close battles. So even the motherfucker who won is like, whoo, I almost lost it, but I won. Mm-hmm. But now I got more respect for this nigga because he fought like that. Mm-hmm. And he pulled that out of me. Mm-hmm. Right? All right. I'm using that analogy. Mm-hmm. Then along came the Smith & Wesson, where a pussy ass nigga who can't fight, and I'm saying nigga to, represent men, the weakling could just pull out the strap. Bow, 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 just kill people. Right. And now you get a reputation for being Billy Badass for killing motherfuckers. Right? You Messy James out here shooting up people. Oh, that nigga crazy. He'll kill you on sight. But it's easy to kill a motherfucker from a distance. That's why I have no respect for the hunter in Africa killing a lion charging at him. Well, nigga, you got a gun. Put the gun down and see what happens when the nigga get right up on you. That's your ass, right? So you see the analogy I'm going with here, right? The white man just set up the system to serve him in the same way that the gun serves the hunter.
Exactly.
So he's not actually stronger than the lion,
right?
Yes.
But from a distance, with a weapon, he can kill the lion.
Exactly.
The black man is the lion in this zoo.
Exactly.
Right.
And he's, the barriers that are set up in such a way are designed to kill his ass before he even gets close to the man with the great equalizer, the gun. The gun made the punk a boss.
Exactly.
And white supremacy has made the white man a boss.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I'm saying. And I appreciate your clarification.
I just had to do that.
We need the music. Man, that was a music moment.
No, that wasn't quite.
I think it was a music
this
moment.
Was the right aggressive.
I felt that I need to be blown back in my seat. I'm the white man.
No, but I think that's important that we make that distinction because you're right. Some sisters will see the white man as stronger, but what she's really seeing is the cards are stacked in such a way that it benefits him and her to fuck with him over her own brother. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Is that you, Boost Mobile?
Hello?
Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah, how you doing? How y'all doing tonight?
We up in here turned up. The girls are bringing it tonight.
Yeah, I hear that.
Unlike any voice of reason ever, they in here smacking niggas upside the dome piece on their way home from Jones Beach.
I'm over here on the East Coast in Miami.
Yes. Hey, Miami boys.
Okay, here we go. So what's the deal, bro?
This is my thing. I think you guys were about to touch on it. I think it goes really to power. And I think anybody who's perceived to not have power is not liked. And I think that's how the black women sometimes look at the men, as not being powerful. I think that's what you guys is going with the strength.
Yeah.
And everything. Yep. And I think even I look at my job, when someone walks in, when a black person walks in, they looking at what job are they coming for? When a white man walks in, they looking like, what position does he hold, like a higher position? I think automatically we just drawn to think that they are powerful. They think they're more powerful than us and what we perceive to be like what is power. I think because even with money, people with money seem to, you give them the, how would you say, you give them the position of being more powerful than you because they have money. And, just automatically, they ain't have to show no strength, no leadership, just automatically because what you perceive, what they can do, what they can stop. And I think even when y'all talk about slavery back in the day, it was because that white man is more powerful. He one-on-one and physically he couldn't stop my man, but what he's able to bring and able to stop at times, he can. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
We totally follow you, brother. Now whether you following yourself is another question altogether, but we follow you.
No. One question I had to ask you guys. I mean, as far as what is the black woman? And I asked that question because
ask the question one more time. Say it again.
Who is the black woman?
Who is she?
Because who is she? And I asked that question because a lot of women, they, with the eyelashes, they changing so much. And so I want to ask them, we get the whole variety of black women. Light skin, that doesn't bother me, the color thing. But I'm saying, like, who is she? Who is she trying to present herself as? Today, who is she? That's
an interesting question.
Before all this, cosmetic crap came along back then, you knew who she was. She only had one choice to be. But, like, once we integrated, she just, like, spread out to be so many different things. So I'm like, just a question for the women.
That's a fair question. Are we going to give you your answer off the air, brother? Thank you so much, because I'd hate for you to get chewed up live on there, because these girls, they rearing up in this motherfucker. I
just want to know who is he without his Timbs and his Jordans, if we're going to go there like
and
that.
Gucci, Louis, Hermes belts.
Because I'm like, wait a minute. Is that what makes you a man then?
Yeah,
the things you have what makes you a man?
And then the surgery, the black woman, the white woman gets blown up too. She gets blown up to match us. So I'm a little confused.
Okay, let me go here because I'm mixed, right? So the term I choose to use because that's how I identify, because I have to recognize my very white family, very, very white family. In the book that I'm working on.
What is the name of the book? Please tell them. Working title? Let's go.
It's coming into blackness. So my journey of basically, it's my journey of coming into my blackness as a mixed kid raised in an all-white family. And so I was very intentional, basically junior and senior year of high school and going into college to access Pan-African services. And I was very fortunate to come upon an amazing mentor who was just like, you're confused as fuck, let me help you. And it was more like I wasn't aware even of how unaware I was. And so I kind of started this journey of like, what is blackness? I took hella African-American history classes, like any class there was, African-American women's studies, like anything you could do, because I felt like a people without a knowledge of their history, is lost. It's like a tree without roots. That's Marcus Garvey. And so I was like, okay, I need to know. One thing I realized was after I took all these classes and I delved in for myself, because a scholar is really someone who studies for themselves. So I started reading other books, like the supplemental books and the books that people don't talk about and all of that stuff and theology and everything. Going back to my roots, I realized the greatest thing I realized was that blackness isn't a definition, but it is what I am. So instead of trying to stereotypically define myself as what is blackness, because I'm like, well, I don't know all, I don't have this black card. I don't know all of these black movies and Harlem Nights, and well, I do. Harlem Nights is the business. But anyways, like, if I would stop trying to define myself by these stereotypical markers and just realize that I am blackness, that's what it is. So it's not whether or not I wear weave or not, or I hot comb my hair or relax my hair or wear makeup or not, or wear a certain kind of pants or not. I am blackness because I am. Basically, this melanin is telling you I'm black, and whatever I am and how I present it is my blackness. So that's where I feel like if the black community could just get on top of that and realize it's not how I speak or how I walk or what music I listen to. I don't care if I listen to country music. There's hella black people down south that listen to country music. Doesn't make them any less black. So if we stop trying to use stereotypical markers that mostly white people have presented to us in media to define ourselves, we would understand what blackness is.
The Valley Girl.
And
right.
I was just talking to someone about that because I had an issue when I brought up the whole how like the Kardashians and all of them started wearing like the braids. And then the media, as far as like, all these like magazines are like, oh, look at this new style. And it's like,
boxer braids.
Yeah, and it's like boxer braids. I'm like, no, we've been doing it. And it's like, and then
doesn't count until the white girl does it.
Exactly, pretty much. Same thing. It was another model, a well-known model. I can't remember her name, but she wore Timbs out, and then like Vogue, and it was some publication where it was like, look at this new trend, like the boots, and it was like, those are Timbs.
We've been wearing
those
Timbs.
is butters. Like, you feel me? Like, that's what people call them. It's been a thing. But it's like, so then my coworker, he's Hispanic. He was just like, well, I think it's kind of like the same when, a black person like straightens their hair like a white girl. I was like, what do you mean like a white girl? Like, what do you, like, that's a style of hair. Like, I can't, if I straighten my hair, it's not to look like a white person. It's because, well, I mean, but it's still a style. Just like white people have bone straight hair and they curl it, right? It's the same thing. You not naturally don't have curls. You use a curling iron to get curls. So that doesn't mean you're trying to look like a Hispanic girl with naturally curly hair. You just like curls. You feel me? So, but to go back to that, he was just like, well, same thing with skaters and, skinny jeans. White people were doing that. I said, no, skaters were. That's a culture. Like black people, I said, I grew up around all black people. So there was black goths, there was black skaters, there were black this, black that. It's a cultural thing. Like just because you're doing something that has to do with like a type or like, I can't think of the right a group pretty much. So that's what it is. But black is black. You can be affiliated with whatever, but it doesn't mean, like you said, listening to country music doesn't take away your blackness. You still gonna be black. You just like what you like.
Country music is black too.
Exactly. Why is that fixated to just only white people? Exactly. It doesn't matter. It's what you like. It's just your style, what you are attracted to. It's what you enjoy. It shouldn't be like, oh, this is just because I listen to like NSYNC don't make me like trying to be white or listen like
it does. Right? Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, but they say that though.
It's
like
stupid. It doesn't matter. If I want to have purple hair, it don't mean I'm trying to be like a crazy goth person or ghetto. Exactly. It's because I like purple. Like get over it.
I got you.
Exactly.
I go through that too. Living in the valley, coming from LA, moving Valley. You a valley girl. You whitewash. Whitewash. No, I'm still black.
This girl will slap the shit out you.
I live here. I just live here. Right. I'm sorry that I don't want to live in the boom boom pow pow.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
I don't. They was okay. I have, but I don't want to go back.
I don't want to go back. So
let me live.
Oh man, this is a great topic, man. Phone lines have been cracking the whole show. People calling in consistently. Caller. What's your name and where you calling from?
Peace, and peace to the ladies on the panel. This is Jermaine from Bronx, New York.
Yo. The Bronx, BX in the building.
Yo.
The birth of hip-hop, uptown.
Yes, peace, man. Thanks for taking my call. But I just wanted to touch on something you mentioned earlier. Genetic memory is a thing. I've seen multiple studies done about it. I don't have the data in front of me right now, but it's definitely a fact that genetic memory is a thing. All the things that happened to us back in the day with slavery, all that stuff, that's carried down not just through tradition and what has been taught to us, but also in our genetics, too, in the DNA. So that's definitely a thing.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy,
just wanted to clarify that.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes. And also you have... the way a lot of black people act the way they do is imagine someone being told you ain't shit for hundreds of years, literally. So that why wouldn't they act, the fool, now if you're being told you ain't shit for hundreds of years. So I understand why a lot of us act the way we do, but when you get into information, you just have to learn how to deprogram yourself. You know what I mean? That's when it's your choice, when it's up to you to really get out of all that foolishness that makes a lot of us the way we are. So,
wow,
it's a complex issue.
Wow, hey man, I appreciate you taking the time for calling us from the Bronx.
Yo,
big up Bronx. We appreciate it. We got another caller on the line. Caller, what's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it.
This is Andrew from Las Vegas. What's going on, man?
LV in the building. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What's up, pimp? Speak on it.
I had a question real quick. Of all this talk about black unity and black power and all that other stuff, how is it a possibility that all of us can come together possibly once or twice a week, pick a venue of our choice and actually talk about these same topics in person instead of online or on YouTube and all stuff like that?
I think that's a great idea.
What's your opinion?
Man, I think that's an awesome idea. I think we should do more of that, especially on regional levels.
Yes. Well, I can speak for the fact that regionally there are Pan-African conferences throughout the country. I know the Midwest Pan-African Conference is in February, is in January, correct me on that. And I actually think we just had one out here on the West Coast. So they're starting that. So I would just encourage people to start, Googling for where those things are. I know 2007, I was Miss Pan-African for the Midwest, and my mentor was in 2002 or whatever. So those are definitely conversations happening, because the one thing we didn't talk about was, the African diaspora in general, that the dark to light skin and between African and African Americans, that's a whole nother conversation, and where that complexity comes from. Because I have a lot of friends who are like, well, all the Nigerian guys only date white girls too. So that's like another conversation. But yeah, so there's definitely people having that idea of us coming together, having these conversations. And I really encourage people to participate in the Pan-African conferences that are in your area.
Dope shit. I'm going to go around the table because this 2 hours flew fast as hell.
Sheesh.
So I'm going to go around the table and I'm going to ask. Number one, do black men love you better than anybody else? I just want to know. I want to know your opinion about that question. Do black men love you better than anybody else? Joelle?
I would hope so. I mean, I really don't know how to answer that question. What do you mean better than anybody else as far as relationship wise?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
I believe so. I'm always gonna hold them to that standard just because that's just my expectations. That's how I'm gonna raise my like sons and everything like that to love the black women, you know, with the utmost respect because I'm your mother and I'm black. You feel me? And your family is black. So I would rather have that expectation and not say like, oh no, black men ain't gonna treat me like shit, like gonna treat me like shit and everything. Because once you put that out there, that's what you're gonna receive.
Do black women want black men?
Yes, and I want a black man. I want a strong black man, and I want a black man that loves black women and not like that. Don't date me because you think I'm mixed. Like I don't fuck with that shit. Like when people ask me like, oh, so what are you? I'm black, like your mama. Like don't think you got. I'm not even saying it in an angry way, but it's
put
just
your
like
knife back in your pocket.
But no, it's just like frustrating. Like why is that not enough? Yes. You know what I mean? Like why is it like why do I have to be something else? Why is that that's the first thing you asking me? Because you thought that I was, and that's the reason why you were attracted to me, because you thought I was some type of exotic thing. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm regular. I'm black just like you. Wow. So why is that something that you first asked me? It's very frustrating because I know that they're disappointed by my answer. And that's where it's like it comes where that anger comes from. So I want a black man that don't even ask that. They know I'm black and they want me and accept me because I'm black as well. And love the fact that I'm black and I'm not mixed. And you gonna have nigga hair when you like our baby's gonna have nigga hair.
Oh God! Well, all right, so
and get over it.
So let me do it another way.
It's beautiful.
Let me do it another way, and I'm gonna start back with Joelle.
Sorry.
Yeah, because
it's just upsetting, you know.
I just want to know because I always ask women this, and I guess I'm gonna end the show like this. I ask sisters this. All of you guys, do you guys believe in the law of attraction?
Oh, facts.
Yes.
Oh, super facts.
Everybody believe in that, right? Okay,
Yes.
cool.
That's inevitable.
All right. So if you believe in the law of attraction, then do you get what you predominantly think about?
Yes, and that's a fact. And I want to answer that. I want to answer that.
No. That's not the question. Here, the question is coming. I just
want to throw it out there.
The setups.
The layup.
Now I need each of you, and don't filibuster because we don't have a long time. I need each of you to give me 3 of your most damning beliefs about black men and take responsibility for what you get from the law of attraction.
That is so hard.
Fucked up. That was fucked up, right?
Damn.
Setups.
Allie,
Shit, that made me have to go pee, girl.
Shit.
Got a potty, need a diaper.
Go on.
3 things.
Okay.
Can she go first?
The negative beliefs you have about black men.
Oh, negative.
Your top 3 negative beliefs you have about black men.
Yeah. I think black. Shit.
Hey.
Okay, girl.
Man, 3. That's a lot. I don't hate black men like that. Damn.
Well,
I think that negative beliefs is that they do like want their main when it comes to like dating a woman, they think of like, oh, how pretty our baby's gonna be. I think that's one negative, and
Men
that's
think
negative.
that way?
I do.
Okay.
Negatively, I think that because I just feel like that's just something.
You don't
they
want to
all-
have an ugly baby? Okay, cool.
No, not ugly, but like you know what I mean.
Unattractive
It's
baby?
not.
All right.
It's not about attraction. It's more so like the features. That's the thing. That type of feature. Like, oh,
Racism.
our baby's gonna be bright. Like, no, bro. Like, I'm dating you because you dark. Because I want my baby to be dark.
Wow.
So it's like, okay, so that's one thing. 2 is I think that they can get very comfortable And when it comes to like a loyal woman, like they can get comfortable to where they don't appreciate them that much. So I think that they get very, very comfortable and take advantage of a good woman sometimes.
Okay.
Take advantage of that. And 3 is black men. They just.
I hope y'all working on y'all's because this shit is taking a long.
I'm sorry, I don't have that. Like that was a hard
This is like
question.
the 3-point drill over here.
It's hard. I hope y'all got y'all's.
You got to make 3 to move. This is shit.
Oh, I told y'all to start with me. 3.
We'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Tiff.
They lie.
That's one of your beliefs about.
They know how to lie well.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna attract a lot of them.
I do.
Okay. 3. I don't know if it's negative. This first one. I'm just gonna throw it out here because this is my issue. So whatever. Not a negative, but it be burning me. It's burned me before. The stereotype that black men are all hung is definitely. I mean, for the most part, they're lovely, but there's some small ones out there, and you'd be like, oh shit. So, just
not my experience. But keep going.
Like I've had like 2, and I was like, just kidding. So just know like that is still a stereotype. Generally, still a good rule of thumb, but watch out now.
Is that a negative belief you hold?
Like,
about
just know that like
men?
it's possible for it to not be amazing. So, anyways,
that's true.
It's a weird negative. Like, not all of them are hung. Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. Like, that's what I'm dealing with in life right now. Leave me alone.
This is how you derail a poignant moment.
No, so for me, I had them ready too, and then I just derailed myself. No, the wanting a ride or die, that that most black men want to ride or die, and that I'm not. I'm like, you have to show me there's something worth riding with for me to want to die with you. So I'm not just gonna start dating you and be like, why aren't you a rider? Like, dude, you ain't got no job or a car. I'm not riding or dying with this. Like, so yeah, that's a stereotype that I'm trying to work with. And try to, work around. The third one was the dating me because I'm light skinned and I'm mixed. Like I'm coming out of a relationship where my dark skinned husband's mama did actually like white people better and all of that. So I'm like, I really don't date me just because you think you're getting the best of both worlds. Yeah. Like a lot of black men are like, ooh, I want you because you're mixed. I'm like, well, I want you not to want me because I'm mixed.
Exactly.
So
that's
what I'm dealing with.
They seem to flip it around. I asked them to tell me 3 negative beliefs that they have
about black men.
That how they view black men, like the lens, the filter, the gestalt.
I know, I love them. I'm sorry. Tell me that about white people. Ask that. I could have had it.
I give you a list.
You see what I mean? You see what the fuck I got to deal with?
I'm pro-black. You telling me to bash him.
No, I'm not telling you to bash him. What I'm saying is
acknowledge the negative thoughts we have about them.
Acknowledge the negative thoughts you have about black men so you can understand the reality you create with black men. That was what this experiment was about, but because we ran into technical difficulties with the question, Jesus, we got to wrap it up.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to Victoria. Victoria, save this segment from those who would tear it asunder.
Let me tell you, one of the things that always made me mad about black men was that they did not believe in themselves the way they should. And they viewed themselves in the lens that was given to them by the media and the stereotypes, and they saw themselves as that, and that would upset me. The other thing for me that was a personal thing was, we talked about how you didn't want to be wanted for being light-skinned. Then there was the opposite of, ooh, you're the first dark-skinned girl I've ever dated. And it's like, oh, do you want a fucking cookie? So there was this feeling that, growing up from boys and also from other girls, like, okay, you're not cute enough because you're not light-skinned and you don't have curly hair and you don't have this. And I mean, I remember being told, like, hey, you can't go to that boys' school dance because they don't like girls that look like you. And having that feeling and that insecurity growing up that I wasn't enough because I didn't look like that. So that was an insecurity that I carried with me for a long time, that if I walk in the room and I'm feeling good about myself, I may not feel as good as myself when I see that girl who looks like what I think they actually want.
Wow.
And so that was something that I felt for a very long time. So yeah, that was my third. I don't know. I don't really.
It's a lot.
It's hard.
3 is a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Black men got bad feet. Okay, that's mine.
Okay, I want you guys to go do homework.
Yeah.
Listen,
Right.
we've got to wrap the show now. So what I want to do really quickly is for you guys to go around the table and give out your social media and contact information if you want people to contact you. Starting with Joelle Comedy.
All my handles are JoeyXSB. You can contact me for pretty much anything in entertainment, and I got you. I do a lot of bookings. I do a lot of bookings.
She was here late today. She was supposed to be learning the board, but
I'm
cool.
sorry.
Go ahead, finish.
I was doing a booking for another show. I do a lot of work in entertainment, TV production, media production, music production, producing, engineering, radio. I do everything. I do it all. That's me. And my management company is coming soon.
Okay, cool.
Shout out to me.
Yes. Tiff?
Yes, it's Tiff Talk TV, TIFFTALK TV. And yeah, I'm just out here, y'all. I do actually work with a production company. I'm starting my speaking tour. So if you need motivational speaking, specifically around self-confidence, actually, that's what you could look out for, self-confidence, actually. And then you can find me at Tiff Talk TV everywhere. Hey.
Excellent. Victoria?
You can find me on social media at Arlene Victoria. I have a website, arlenevictoria.com. Instagram, Twitter, same thing, Arlene Victoria. Also, I just started a production company where I'm producing films. And right now we're working on shorts about different issues about things that are happening in the Black community. So you can look that up. It's called Le Bon Temps Productions.
Le Bon Temps.
Yes. Gotta shout out my New Orleans heritage.
Love it.
Holla. So you know what? Join the movement. We're trying to bring awareness to things in the Black community, and we're trying to raise each other up. So hit me up. Holla at me.
Dope. And you already know. Storm. Where can they find you, youngling?
You guys can find me on social medias at Ariane, ARREYON, Ariane Ford. You can Google me. I'll pop up. All my social medias are there, Ariane Ford. And I'm just about woman empowerment, being Black and beautiful, loving yourself, and all of the above. And today's Denim Day. Today is Denim Day.
Okay, cool.
So love the Denim Day.
Love it. Hey, listen, the final installment of The Voice of Reason for this week will happen Friday, same time, 5 to 7 p.m., Dash Talk Radio. You already know I've got another heater in store, so let's get ready to get on this ride again this Friday. Much love for everybody who called in. Thanks for supporting the whole movement, and I'll see you. Deuces.